And let's cross now to Luke Brown, who's at the National Assembly. Luke, no rest for the wicked, it seems. Some of the new MPs are already turning up for their first day on the job.
Yeah, here at the National Assembly, the gates of the Palais Bourbon that you can see behind me opened at 2 p.m. about an hour and a half ago, and there's been a slow trickle of MPs, the newly elected and the re-elected arriving here. A bit of an anecdote: as they go up the steps into the building itself, they turn around for photographs, and the photographers ask them systematically to give them their name and where it is they're elected, just to give you an idea of just how many unknown faces there are elected in the 577 new MPs. Now, as they head inside, they'll be discovering, many for the first time, the National Assembly itself and their seat in the hemicycle. So it is, of course, a deal of emotion and tradition that will be residing today. They will also be finding out, receiving their official telephones, their official tricolor scarves that they'll be wearing for official events, but not yet necessarily being distributed the keys to the offices, because the keys to the offices aren't yet being decided on until the formation of the parliamentary groups is decided on, and that gives you an idea of just how much uncertainty, despite the arrival of the MPs today, how much uncertainty does still remain here at the National Assembly.
And is there any sense where you are among those you might have spoken to as to what they think could be the likely scenario regarding a coalition?
Well, the MPs are speaking to some of the journalists in the courtyard here of the Palais Bourbon, and there's a lot of shrugs, it has to be said, for some of the first arrivals about what exactly is likely to be the future of the government here in France. There's a desire from one MP that we spoke to turn the page on the very tense past 3 weeks, but on the other hand, another MP from the National Rally said it's impossible to predict who will be the Prime Minister by the 18th of July. That's when the next session of the National Assembly will open. We've been hearing from some of the different political parties themselves. Perhaps they're not in a position of power, but the centrists, of course, of Renaissance, of Ensemble, of the Macron governing coalition, well, they do have some weight still in the National Assembly, given, of course, they did better than expected. One of their MPs said they would be refusing to make any coalition at all with the extremes of both the left and the right. So clearly that will exclude them working together with the France Unbowed. Perhaps most interestingly, though, is the view of the new Popular Front. One of the MPs that we have been hearing from said that the uncertainty may actually have an advantage for French politics moving forward. With the three main groups now installing themselves into the National Assembly, that does actually hand power back to Parliament. Remember, here in France, in the Fifth Republic, the presidential system, many of the presidents, Emmanuel Macron himself included, have been criticised for monopolising too much power. Forcing him into this cohabitation, this sharing of power, is likely to enable a change of policy in the months ahead.